another episode of the People's Mic. I am Jimmy Peoples, and it's just another day in the neighborhood. It's episode 388. 388. 388. I don't know.
We're going to your 500th episode.
Yeah, what are you? You better start planning now.
Why? Do I have to plan?
Yeah, it's going to come around next week before you know it. You do 20 of these.
What do you do? What do you do?
You got to do something special. I'm telling you, get a real guest.
A real guest.
Yeah,
you are a real guest.
Get a comedian. You know what I mean?
Real comedians don't like me.
Why don't you?
I don't know. Maybe it's just my energy. I don't know.
I actually do real comedy.
No.
You are a real comedian. That's why I'm glad you're here.
like a headline.
I'm glad you're just doing bad right now.
That's true. All right, fair enough.
I gotta hold on to you as long as I can. And I'm like, remember when you were having a bad time? You had to do my podcast?
A month of not
nowhere else to go. I was there.
Yeah.
Jimmy was there.
No, you got real comics coming. There you go. Salma.
I'm not saying there's not real comedians.
No.
I'm just saying you for your 500th episode, get a headliner, get like an A-list comic. You know what I mean? And people will watch the show. There's a million comedians in New York. I'm sure if you offered Mark Normand $75 to do an hour.
Wait, he said no to do the mic?
Well, no, they make excuses. They go,
I'm sure he has nothing going on at 3 o'clock.
I'm not able to. They got better shit to do.
Dude, for $75,
I'm not there yet. I don't think I'm on that level yet.
But it's one episode. You could just pay somebody for one episode, just $75 to get a really good guest, and then people will watch.
My pride, is it pride? Won't let me. I'm eventually going to pay.
I think ego.
My ego wants people to be like, Can I come to your podcast?
Yeah, but I mean,
is that fair? Is that wrong?
Like,
I want you to break under my pressure. I want them to be like, hey, we got to go do Jimmy's podcast.
Top New York comics are never gonna feel that way, though.
What happens is
they have their own stuff.
No. You have to get somebody who's way above them, right? Who comes in?
Well, like Bill Burr?
No. Like The Rock or somebody has to come in and just blow it out the box.
Yeah, but then how the fuck are you going to get them?
Yeah, you're not going to get The Rock.
By accident. Completely by accident.
It is.
By like, somebody walks in
the door. You're not wrong. I mean, you're right. Like, if you can get someone
that's how I believe that's how it happens. I don't know.
They will.
Somebody hire them, like, he did it, so I got to do it.
You're right. But at the same time, it's like, how the fuck are you going to get The Rock?
It's a flash in the pan.
It's extraordinarily realistic for you to get somebody like Mark Normand. Like, it's not outside.
It's the right person. Just finding the right person, be in the right time, be like, hey.
Mark Normand's literally probably the highest name you can get.
Yeah. And he would do it.
He said no already. He said no.
Yeah, but did you offer to pay him?
No. That's the point. I don't want to have to.
But he gets paid.
I want Mark to be like, hey.
Yeah, he's like a paid Yeah,
you
have to pay him to do stuff.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
But he has done other things that he hasn't been paid for.
Right? Like what? Name
has he done? You're saying every podcast that he's on, he's never.
No, fine. A few bar shows and podcasts with notoriety. You can't count those. If a podcast has like a million followers,
right?
But the thing is,
that could be it.
Jimmy, like he is going to help your podcast. Your podcast is not going to help him.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I'm so stubborn. I'm so stubborn piece.
Like, I'm sure if he would do this for free if it would like do something for him. You know what I mean? If it gave him any kind of exposure or anything. Yeah. But this will, if you got a guy like Mark Normand, it would give you exposure. And maybe people would come back, and listen to the show.
That is actually true. Yes.
Yeah.
Especially if you got like someone like if you got on Guys We Fucked, like they don't pay you necessarily, but like you still get to do Guys We Fucked. It's
exactly.
a big deal.
They got like a fucking million listeners. Even if you tried to get on somebody else's podcast, if you tried to get on a podcast like Guys We Fucked, I'm sure Guys We Fucked would love to have you on. They would have a field day with you.
Well, I mean, I do listen to them, but not just that podcast. But
ever since they moved over to. I don't know that. Focus. Lindsay, what's it called? Lineo or
Luminary.
Luminary.
They're on that.
Everybody's on Luminary now.
Is that a real?
Yeah.
I felt like
they promoted a lot, and they got some big fucking podcasts.
Russell Brand is on there.
Yeah. So they must be paying some kind of like salary or something.
Yeah, but it's still like a subscription thing where
which is why they probably pay out a lot of money.
It makes me nervous that all these subscription based things are coming out because it's like you're gonna have to spend like $200 a month just to listen to.
You have to have a certain budget for your subscription.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. They also redefine the market itself. I mean, you have to understand that part too. You're
like
redefining
the movie theater
market.
shut down Movie Pass. Like they put MoviePass out of business.
Is that still going on or no?
Barely. Nobody's buying that shit anymore because all the movies have subscriptions now.
AMC
has a subscription. Regal's about to come out with theirs.
But that's the other. It's like Netflix.
So you don't need
Netflix used to be like the one thing, and now like every single network has their own subscription-based streaming service.
Netflix figured out the subscription-based model.
Yeah.
Then
Everybody else took it.
MoviePass later on, years afterwards, realized you can do that with films.
So, like,
and then individual
CBS,
theaters figured out you can do it also.
And she was like, we could just
Cut
you the
ourselves.
fuck
Yeah,
out.
cut it out. Why would we pay you? Yeah.
CBS is trying to do it. NBC tried to do it with CISO, and they're trying again. Disney's
With
doing it.
Hulu.
Apple's doing it.
Yeah, with their own streaming
Yeah,
services.
I mean each of those things. It's like if you got all of those things because you.
But
want
you're
to watch
not. I mean, they're
something
not wrong. It's like you're buying a movie.
Yeah.
If you buy a DVD or a download of this, you're still buying an individual item.
Right.
That's more expensive than a monthly subscription.
It's true, and
So you're
cable packages were upwards of $250 a month.
exactly.
anyway.
It's still cheaper than a cable
Slightly
package.
cheaper. It depends on how many you do.
That's true. Even if you did the entire package for cable, it's probably.
I hate how
$300.
people laugh at you when you do the free version of things. When they're like, "Oh, you don't have premium," and it's
I
like,
don't care.
"No, what?
100%.
There's too many to have."
Even when you pay, by the way, even when you pay a monthly subscription for Hulu, they still have ads.
Oh yeah, you have to
Yeah.
I
pay.
get
There's
pissed off about that shit.
There's
Yeah.
like 3 different
So you
levels.
get
of
this free,
Hulu.
like you pay $10 a month or
Oh,
whatever,
hell
you
no.
still get ads.
You get like lots of ads too,
Oh.
almost more than television.
I got
would
Thai.
say and you have to pay like $15 a month to get rid of the ads completely. It's ridiculous. Like I was watching Seinfeld on there the other night, and literally every other scene was a commercial break. It was ridiculous.
I believe it.
There's a lot of commercials.
These guys, I mean, they have to make. I get that they're making money on their product, so I understand that. But also, it's like, bro, I'm paying you money to watch this
The
shit
reason I'm
that I can
paying,
watch for free.
yeah, it's like the reason you have commercials is so that you could produce the content for people to watch for free, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the point of advertisement? So it's like, why do you have commercials if I'm paying? The commercials are paying you.
They found a way to double up on it.
Yeah,
I mean, Netflix again figured out the formula, and then everyone else just tried to copy it.
and they're getting
And they made it better for their perspective. They were like, "Oh yeah, we're making more money this way. Why else would we want to do it?"
And they're getting poached, honestly, Netflix, because a lot of the shit, like all of the Marvel stuff is going to go away because Disney's opening up their own. All of the Disney movies are going away because Disney's opening up their own thing.
And they tied it with Marvel.
Yeah, and The Office is going away, which is like probably their biggest show.
Why did that leave? What's about
Because NBC is opening their own streaming service. So they're exactly. This is what I'm saying. It's like it's ridiculous.
So you don't know what to watch.
No, you have to just. It's just like anything else that's happening now with the evolution of television. When they started losing people because no one was watching TV anymore,
Right.
they made things for niche audiences.
Right.
If something got very popular, then everyone watched it. But if you do that, you can still do niche audiences with individual subscribers. All they do is, instead of taking the subscriber basis, you do it from Netflix to Hulu instead. So we want to get all the people who got Netflix now, Hulu's going to be like, come to us. Because
Right.
your budget's only for one streaming service a month. Not everyone can afford multiple services, right?
Exactly.
So you just kind of go, well, we'll just get everyone from Netflix, now bring them to Hulu, and that's it. We'll give you, we'll dangle one good thing, and you come over here,
Yes.
and then you might switch back and forth.
But
whatever.
that is the thing, and I feel like they're all, even though they're competing, they're almost all, because they all have one thing that somebody wants to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they all have
Agreed.
one really good thing. Where
Just
it's
like
I
Disney
wanna
has
watch
Marvel,
this.
so it's like, oh shit, I want to watch a Marvel.
Yeah,
right?
I want to see the Marvel, so I got to get Disney, but I still want to watch this that's on Netflix. So I have
There's
to have
also the
Netflix.
alternative of downloading something illegally, of course.
Yes.
That is also the
That's my
alternative.
lane. I love that lane.
I've been sent a lot of letters though.
Have you
I
been
know.
sent a
You can go on
letter?
your cell phone and download it too now.
Is it, you don't get any letters?
You
Have
don't
you
get
ever
any
gotten a
letters.
letter? I got
Never.
a few
letters on cable, yes.
Yeah.
Cable internet, yes. So here's another option also.
VPN.
Besides, VPN's another option. Onion, Torrent. I mean, these underground
Yeah.
thing. Well, do you know VPN started only because of the CIA? It's
Really?
almost like public information. It's like public information.
VPN.
So what they did was, in order to block, you can block your IP router, right?
Yeah.
So what the CIA wanted to do was create a secret network that they can kind of use to communicate back and forth with
Where
certain
people
people.
can't track you.
Exactly.
Right.
But the problem was, and this is, again, documented. It's not like they created it on purpose.
Mhm.
The problem was they realized that if they're the only ones using it, you could be like, well, that's CIA.
Yeah.
That's clearly the CIA. The only way they can make it secretive
is if
everyone used it. Yeah, so they found ways to like.
Right.
You can just by de facto be like, well, the only one using it's that guy, so that's clearly a CIA agent.
And
if you give it away to everyone uses it. There's no way to track anyone. But on the positive side is you do get to commit
crimes,
CIA crimes. Yeah.
But they could have just not told anybody that they had invented this.
No,
VPN
it had to have been because then when other people try to track back their network, because they will. These guys aren't stupid either.
Right.
They'll be like, hey, there's no.
There's no IP.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. After a while, they'll be like, "There's that same no IP is like." Eventually, they'll be like, "We're not stupid. This is the CIA."
But doesn't the whole VPN? It doesn't like hide your IP router. It just makes it so that it looks like it's coming from somewhere else.
Some shit. I don't know the exact technical format of it, but it's something to that effect. I don't. But it's still like a very interesting like. How the CIA just gave away this amazing technology because they needed to operate in the shadows.
And the CIA isn't a government operation either, is it?
It is.
I thought it was a privately run.
No,
I thought the FBI was a sect of the government, and the CIA was separate.
No, the CIA is part of the. It's like national security. It is part of us.
It's part of the government.
Yeah,
it's a branch.
I don't know what
because I thought it was started by a bunch of lawyers.
It's foreign intelligence. Foreign intelligence. I don't know. Again, I don't know the background. But the CIA is.
It's definitely
the CIA director is appointed by the president.
NSA is.
They work for they well not appointed.
Remember when the NSA was a secret organization?
They still are. I mean,
we didn't like it. Only came out maybe 20 years ago, maybe.
Edward Snowden,
real people, and it was in the movies, and it was like, oh, maybe the NSA did it, and it was like secret, and it was like, is there? And then now it's just public domain. Like, what's higher than that?
How long has ICE been around? Because ICE,
not too long.
Yeah, I feel like it's a new thing. You know what I mean?
ICE?
It's really
no, like the government, the government sex. ICE.
That's your friend right there. Talk to your friend.
What does ICE mean?
Oh,
what
man.
Does it stand
Immigration
for?
Something enforcement.
Immigration something enforcement.
Yeah.
I feel like they just popped up in.
You should know. You should.
All right. Okay. That's just great.
I didn't hear about them until
I know what COINTELPRO means.
Until after Trump was elected.
Well, they were around before then.
Yeah.
But I forgot if it was after 2001 or exactly what year they were formed. But they were formed not too long ago. Before it was just called the Immigration Amiga.
And what's going on with Space Force?
I don't know about that part.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of weird. If any other president had suggested something like that,
if Obama
you might actually be like,
cool
maybe. Yeah, you'd be like, oh, wow.
He's like, we're
adding another branch to the armed services.
We'd be like, everybody would have been on board. Everybody.
Wrong.
It's not
important.
It's cool as fuck.
Yeah, it's cool as hell.
But he's the guy doing it.
That's the problem. This moron's doing it. Also, the Air Force could have done it themselves.
Exactly. Absolutely. It could have just been a sect of the Air Force.
But the problem is you would have Navy officers and you'd have Army officers being like, what the fuck?
Right.
So if you just create a different sector, it kind of stops that.
But creating when was the last time a branch of the armed forces was made?
I believe it was the Marines.
Yes.
And they're still part of the Navy, by the way.
So it's like, how has this not been a bigger deal?
There was also no need for it either, because nothing really was ever
going on in space. But I do feel I feel like there's a lot more going on in space than we know.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely.
They're trying to get into Area 51. Did you hear about that?
Mm-mm.
A bunch of people.
Oh yeah,
500,000 people signed up for it.
Yes, they're going to get shot.
I don't think there's anything there anymore.
Oh, there's definitely something
they're
there.
moving about it.
Yeah, they moved it to different locations off planet. If we know about Area 51, there's nothing there for.
We know about the feds. I mean, the feds are still downtown. They have a big, giant castle-like building you can't raid.
Of course.
The same thing with Area 51. Like, I'm sure there's some stuff there.
There's something there that
the good stuff.
Yeah, the good stuff.
They also let's just say forget the alien part. Let's just say for whatever reason they do have because they need certain environments for certain technology. So you need to have static-free environments, germ-free environments for create certain things. Man. What if there's disease stuff they made there? What if there's germ warfare shit there? Forget the alien part. Just germ warfare. Germ warfare. That's all.
And they accidentally drop a vial of something.
Yeah. That's the part that's more important.
Yeah.
They told me, it's don't come here.
Do they?
Yeah, they were like, you shouldn't come here.
Yeah, stupid, we'll shoot you. There's no sense we can have authority to kill you on site.
Yeah,
we will kill you.
Don't come here.
And people will get shot. And, the thing that I'm worried about is, if if 100,000 people do actually show up there and try to raid the place, and a bunch of people get killed, there may be some like public uproar. There may be some outrage. Like
why?
Why? What's that? The Boston Massacre. Remember that? Where in the 1700s,
5 people were shot.
Yeah, by the Brit, and I mean that basically caused the American Revolution to an extent. So it's like, what is going to happen if 200 people get killed by the American government for trying to?
Well, there are signs up that say don't trespass here.
Right, but
No.
a lot of people my age hate the government as is, and if they just shoot a bunch of people, even if there's signs, they're like, you can't just kill people, blah blah blah, and then there's going to be more riots, and then more people are going to get shot. I don't see it ending well in any way,
Honestly,
shape, or
neither do
form.
I. I mean,
It's
if
only
these
going to go
more
bad.
Whose idea is that? It's a stupid idea.
it was some online shit that just started. It was a fuck around.
So, but that's the thing is that there will, out of 500,000 people that have joined this group, there will be a few people that are dumb enough to go there.
I would actually, to be honest with you, I'd go
Yeah.
to watch, but I wouldn't. I'm not going to
Go,
storm the
no.
place.
Yeah.
I'm not a moron.
Hell no.
I'm like, oh, they got shot. Oh, that sucks. Billy, no. Like, Steve, my friend.
Hey, what's up?
Who's that? Hey, Asian guy. What's up?
Feels weird.
Hi. Super. Watch. Stay right there. Almost did it. Good job. Appreciate you, brother. Have a seat right there. That's what I get for talking shit to you. What's your name?
Chris.
Chris. What's up, Chris? I thought you were somebody else. Sorry, Chris. Welcome. This is the mic. This is the podcast before the mic. All right.
Okay.
So you can just chime in. You can hang out.
Do you believe all that Bob Lazar shit?
What's he saying?
I mean, I believe he knows some shit.
So
you know?
he claims that in the 80s he was working at Area 51 and he was brought in as a part of this special team where they were trying to reverse engineer these spacecraft that they had like on site, and they showed him the spacecraft and they showed the fuel source was like something that bends gravity, and they found an element that they needed to use, and the element didn't exist in the 80s, but now it's on the periodic table because they have since discovered
element is
it.
it?
113 is the number. I don't know what it's called.
Let's just say, for example, that was true. Let's just say, out of the sheer chances that could be possible, if that were true, he'd be killed already. They would have shot him.
That's what you would think, but he claims
What?
that like a bunch of people. Well, first of all, they erased his birth certificate. Like he started leaking this information, and his birth certificate disappeared. All of his college stuff disappeared. Like there's no records of him ever being in school, even though he has a PhD from like.
Yeah, but then how do we know
USC.
that's true?
Exactly. Well, there's
What if-
newspapers.
Were there people who were cool with him at the time?
Yes, and that's the thing. He has sources that are reputable, supposedly, and there are
Yeah, but then where are the
newspapers-
sources? I mean, does he have the physical degree that everyone hangs on their fucking wall?
Well, this is the big thing, was that the reason that he was recruited to Area 51 in the first place is in Los Alamos in the early 80s, he was working for this lab where he, just for fun, he put a jet engine in his Honda Civic, and like his Honda Civic ran on a jet engine, and he was driving around town Los Alamos with this jet engine Honda Civic, and so the newspaper wrote an article about him and put him on the front page, and that's how the people from Area 51 found him and brought him in. And so he has that newspaper that says he was some kind of an engineer at this place in Los Alamos at this time. I don't know. It seems, and he claims that he also has video of them doing these test flights on these alien aircraft.
Yeah.
Like he went with a bunch of friends.
But where are the aliens that had the craft?
Nowhere to be found. He said he never saw
didn't
them.
deal with that
He
part.
said they were they weren't secretive, but there was a lot of the briefings.
Tell me a military base is secretive?
The briefings that he received.
He didn't get the right security clearance, basically.
Yeah.
Well, the briefings that he
He's an
received
engineer.
were
Why would he need to know more? It's just like,
Yeah.
you don't have to say the
Exactly.
alien
Building
thing.
shit.
Exactly.
Building
It's like
shit.
they-
Take it apart,
that's
tell
it.
us what it
That's
does.
it, bro. That's it. You don't
That was
fucking
his
see
job.
aliens.
they only told him that they only gave him this one thing. It's like, look at this thing, figure out how it works, see if you can make it. You know, that was his whole job. And so he didn't. There were a bunch of teams working on separate parts of aircrafts. You know what I mean? And he was part of this one team. And he claims that he was able to see them fly, and he has video of it, and the video's out there on the internet supposedly. But it was
Let's
from the
see, again.
80s.
That would be pretty cool. If that
That's
was
cool.
true, that'd be
Yeah.
nice.
Are they saucers or are they planes?
He said they're saucer-like.
Saucer.
Yeah.
I was thinking. I had a thought the other day. I was like,
He said
we
they're super
still
small,
have the
too.
idea. Small, right?
Small, like not big enough for a human to like be inside of comfortably.
Let's just say, for example, that were true.
Yeah.
Based on, let's just say, natural selection, during I forgot what period it was after when I think it was early Jurassic or the Triassic. I forget the exact
Oh
one.
shit! You better
But
have a punchline
mammals-
to this shit.
Mammals started shrinking in size because it was from an evolutionary basis. They had a bigger advantage hiding from dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, the shrew.
Yeah.
That's where we
shit
came
like
from.
that, basically.
Shrew.
Yeah. And before then, we were bigger animals. Like they just shrunk down a little bit on purpose to survive, basically. And so you can imagine that this is basically just how aliens developed.
Right.
They don't have to be that big. They're just little because they don't have to have physical strength.
Yeah, it's I don't know. The whole thing kind of freaks me out because I know that there are aliens out there in the universe.
There's no way.
Well, there
against
can't
really?
not be
In the whole
aliens.
universe?
I am against it.
They can't not.
You really think there's
Really?
no aliens?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
I
us.
just think that humanity has developed on our own on a sheer coincidence of a billion different factors.
That's probably as bad as
They're
being a
just
flat
so-
earther.
There was I forgot who said it, but the perfect quote for this is there are only two possible explanations. Either humanity is the only intelligent being in the entire universe, or there are other aliens out there somewhere. Both are equally terrifying. Either we're the only living creatures, which is very possible, that based on a
I don't
certain...
think that's
It's called the... oh, fuck, I know this. I studied this.
Drake's equation.
No, not that Drake's equation. It's called the... It's a certain nexus point. So every single society or every creature kind of goes to certain nexus points. So you hit a certain place, and that society will either fall apart and die, and you either kill yourself, you die from some kind of cataclysm, something like that, or you develop into the next form of society. Just like dinosaurs. Dinosaurs died out because of a meteor, right?
Right.
So like either, and they say in theory that could have happened to other creatures outside the universe.
Absolutely.
Because even if millions of years ago the universe decided to form, and you had beings on other planets, then they could have, at this point, after billions of years, conquered the entire universe.
Well, this is my whole thing of why I don't think it's a possibility that there are no other life forms in the universe. It's simply because of the numbers. Like, Earth itself is 4 billion years old, and human beings have only been around for less than 200,000 years.
Correct.
So it's like the whole universe is over 14 billion years old, supposedly. So it's like in that amount of time, there could have been hundreds of millions of species
at that point,
have come
it's
to
Goldilocks theory.
What do you mean?
Goldilocks theory, where
Chris!
the planet
What's
Earth
up?
is in that perfect position at the right angle. The sheer number of impossible ways that could have happened is such a miracle within itself.
But
that's
here's the
why it
thing.
happened.
But here's the thing. We are in the Milky Way galaxy, and in the Milky Way galaxy, there are 100 billion stars. That's 100 billion solar systems for chances that there will be planets in the Goldilocks zone. And there, out of that 100 billion, there's got to be at least 1 million solar systems.
Hey, Brandon, you're a smart engineer. Do you believe in aliens or not? He's an engineer in Delaware.
And that's just our galaxy.
Drop a line.
You know what I mean?
If you believe in these guys.
Our universe has over 100 billion galaxies, each containing hundreds of billions of stars.
Fine,
So
fair
it's
enough.
like, how could there not be?
Then where is everybody?
Well, that's the thing. Is there's so
That's
much
a real
space.
question. Yeah, but that's a real question. Where is, if that's the truth, then where is everybody?
Because there's so much goddamn space.
I think
it's like how.
it's literally just
I
the
think
chance
they've
of-
been here. They've been here.
You think so?
They've been here. They've been affecting us for.
Oh fuck! It was Neil
deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson who had said aliens. The reason we haven't visited by aliens is because it's the same way how you visit a worm. When you see a worm, do you stop and talk to it? You don't. You either walk on top of it or you walk by it. There's no like need or care about it.
No.
And
I
well,
believe that. I believe that.
this is the other thing. And like, I am of the opinion that if human beings were at interstellar travel level, like we could travel between star systems easily within less than a lifetime, and we would be looking for other life forms, no matter how smart or
in our
dumb they
nature.
were. You know what I mean? So
It's
we
our
would just
nature.
find people, even if they were just monkeys, we'd
It's
find
Star
the
Trek
monkeys and we'd be
mentality.
like, look at these fucking
And then
monkeys.
we find a way to fuck them.
Right,
That's
but-
Well, some of us would.
But
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying. I think that
bang
aliens...
a monkey.
I do want an alien baby. I just want something that's
Other-
travel the
Different, a
universe.
little better.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a son in Harvard? That's nice. I have an alien
I
son
have an
that can
alien
move
son.
books
A
with his mind.
pterodactylite. Yes.
But it seems to me that other life forms in the universe, if they do exist, wouldn't feel the same way that we do about other creatures.
I don't know.
I think they would come around and look at things.
Empathy is something that is a pure mammalian thing. We don't necessarily know if anyone else
of
has
different
empathy.
personalities.
Right. You're forgetting that.
I'm like, some are going to come for war, and some are going to come in peace.
Curiosity is the only thing that has led us to this point. You know what I mean? It's being curious about, well, what happens if I put this meat in the fire? Oh, it cooks. You know what I mean? It's like that curiosity leads to innovation. So it's like if aliens aren't curious, they're not going to be flying around in spaceships. You know what I mean? And that curiosity will lead them to come here and be like, look at these fucking idiots.
They're shooting DNA at each other. God, idiots. Your DNA is just spitting out of your penis.
Yeah, you're just shoving yourself inside of other people.
They might be watching it. I think they watch us like the movie. I think he said
but they don't find it hot. To them, it's just
they're like, oh, look what they do. They study us. They're watching us. They're probably eating their version of popcorn to our lives. You know, eating people to watching people. I don't know.
To serve man. It's a cookbook.
What the fuck did I just watch the other day? Shit.
What'd you watch, Jimmy? Was it good?
No, it wasn't good.
Was it an alien?
Crawl. I saw Crawl.
I don't know what
the alligator movie with the screaming white girl.
Oh, how was that?
It was terrible.
That looked terrible.
It was fucking. I wanted to see
alligator movie.
Yeah, there's an alligator movie. They're like alligators are crazy, kind of shit.
They're just big ass alligators in Florida, and she's running away trying to save her broke dad, and she keeps getting bit by alligators, and I'm like, you would have died. You would have. They bit her leg. They bit her arm. They flipped her around like 50 times.
Alligators are non-aggressive, which is
no. They eat whatever is there.
Yeah.
No. Crocodiles are aggressive. Alligators are not aggressive. Alligators will literally just sit there. I mean, unless you're like threatening them in some way, you could go up to an alligator and like touch it.
It was a little more.
I'm serious.
They weren't like genetically modified super gators. They were just regular gators. In a storm.
They wouldn't be fucking people up for no reason.
This wouldn't have been a movie.
Crocodiles are the aggressive ones, especially like saltwater crocs. The really big ones, like 14-foot long crocodiles. They will fuck you up for no reason at all. But American alligators are pussies. They're like dogs. They don't give a shit.
How many alligators have you arrested?
I haven't touched. I touched a few live alligators.
More facts that you got to check because he does this posture where you think he knows what he's talking about, but Doug is full of shit.
I watched a lot of Steve Irwin as a child.
Had you?
Which is the one with that they open their mouths and they keep it open and touch their tongue?
I believe that's both alligators and crocodiles.
Okay, I know because there's I forget which one, but or whatever. They have such strong jaw muscles
are we done?
that it shuts down with like a vice-like grip.
Oh yeah,
But then when they're so weak opening them up, you can hold them with your fist.
That yes, both of them are like that. All you have to do is kind of press down on their top jaw, and they can't.
But then they can spin.
Yeah, they can death roll, and they'll fuck you up.
Yeah, they did a spin in the movie, and they made it look so whimsical. She was like trying to get the light, and it was spinning, and I was like, no, she would have been dead. He would have broke her fucking back, and it was annoying. I was annoyed.
But that was Steve Irwin's big thing, was that alligators are non-aggressive. Like, he would bring alligators around and just let people sit on them.
Didn't he bring his baby or something?
Yeah. He's like, crocodiles are the ones that you have to keep a distance from. Alligators, they don't give a shit. Except for that 1 2-year-old in Florida in Disney World, like a couple years ago, that got eaten by an alligator.
They never do a follow-up to the parents. Remember the kid that got pulled into the wood chipper?
No.
What the fuck?
That was a kid in Florida. I always think about that. His dad was just cutting trees. A branch caught onto his trousers and
he got sucked in.
He got sucked into the wood chipper.
Holy
How depressing the dad is right now.
The dad was just cutting trees and shit. And I don't know why I always think about it. I was like, I couldn't imagine.
Imagine being that kid, though, as you're getting sucked in.
Because you got to hear from the mom. The mom is never going to let that shit down.
Well, usually after the death of a child, the odds of infidelity goes up exponentially.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing keeping you together anymore.
Even if you wanted to have another kid, even though it was love, it breaks you apart.
Yeah.
Did they keep the remains after this?
No, they spit him out into it was a wood chipper. You can see him.
Oh man, that means it's all of the.
They put a tar. Shut up, Chris. Fucking put a. I don't know what you do with that. You just.
I don't know how guys in the Bible do it, where their children die and shit, right off, and then just okay, I guess I'll live with this. How do you live with that?
Abraham was going to kill his own kid to prove his loyalty to God.
Yeah, I would do that.
Would you really?
Yeah.
If God came to you
God
and said,
asked you to do something. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm like, all right, yeah, sorry, whatever. Yeah, it's God. I can't.
You
do
wouldn't-
your boss. Yeah, I guess God. Let's do it.
I
Yeah,
guess.
whatever. It's just like when I say God, I guess I have to do it.
you wouldn't give yourself like a second thought of like, hey, maybe I'm insane and God isn't
Yeah.
really speaking
But
to
they
me.
didn't, they
Maybe I
didn't
should
know
go
that.
talk to
Maybe they
someone.
were insane,
Yeah.
and they didn't know, what the fuck was happening. They just needed some.
No, we're like, no, that's God's doing it.
It's like maybe it's God.
God asked me to shoot. Wait, what?
Maybe it was aliens.
What if God is aliens?
No.
What if
It'd
aliens wrote the Bible?
It would just be. I don't know. It's possible. I can't say no.
I'm sorry, I'm
I
a
don't
very
fucking know.
religious man, so I have to be very careful here.
Are you really?
I
believe in
dabble
God.
the Bible.
I believe in God, but I'm what's it called? Secular. I don't have religion.
Oh, okay.
I just believe in God.
That's atheist. Oh, no.
No,
Yeah,
atheists
agnostic.
don't
You
believe in
you
God.
believe in something. I'm proud of you.
I believe in God. Definitely.
Most white guys don't believe.
100%.
You don't look like you believe in anything. You look like
Yeah, a
you
lot of
wake
white
up
guys
in the morning
don't
and say,
believe in
I
God
believe
at
in
all.
myself.
I don't understand how you can't believe in
Yeah,
God.
you have I believe
Yeah.
in myself posture.
There has to be something bigger than this.
Yeah, there's definitely something bigger. Whether it's just one entity or whether it's all of everything at once, I don't know. But
You know what really sucked? If we died and then Zeus is real? Like Zeus and all the Olympic gods, and you're like, oh, I fucked up.
That's the right one. That's the right one.
It's like,
That's the-
oh, shit.
They're the coolest ones. They're the coolest ones.
Damn it.
I don't know.
Aphrodite's there is like, yeah, I'm the goddess of love. So,
Steve Martin has this joke where he's like, what if you die and heaven is exactly what they say it's like, where you're an angel with wings and you're in a diaper and you have a harp? Wouldn't it suck? Like, wouldn't it be so boring? You're just floating around with a harp.
We gotta wrap this up.
David Cross has the same joke too. He's just like, he read a pamphlet from like the Georgia whatever the extremists, and he's just like, and the angels that drive you around. He's like, you know what that means? The angels like there's tar in heaven.
Yeah.
Like, there's like rose in heaven, and then he's just like, yeah, I'm an angel driving a bus. Yeah, I led a good life my entire life. Get in, come here. This is my whole job for eternity.
Yeah, heaven.
Where can they find you?
Watch Chessman.
Again,
Just, man.
this Sunday I have a show at my weekly show at Bridge and Tunnel Brewery, Last Call Comedy Show. Come by 7 o'clock.
Yeah. Give it up for them. Thank you for hanging out. This is another episode. That was a great give up. That was the worst give up on a Friday. She was like, fuck that. He was like, I'm God. He was like, I don't speak English. I'm just messing with you. It's another episode of People's Mic. I'm racist. I don't give a shit. You can find it on iHeartRadio, Spotify, JimPeoples.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, J Peoples TV. We're here every day, Monday to Friday at Idle Sugarhead. Thank you for them. The podcast is at 2:15. If you're an out-of-town comic, just ask to grab a seat and jump on. The mic starts at 3. We're doing a new thing where nobody likes it, but on Friday we're going live on Fridays now. So just do your shit. Bring your A shit on Friday. That's what
We
we're
know how
doing.
there's no one here.
That's what I said, right?
That's fine. I don't give a
Oh,
shit.
wow.
This is fine because I got a date after. No, I don't have a date. I'm just kidding.
We were going to harass you about this the whole time, and we didn't do it.
I know you
Talk
did.
about
You,
aliens,
you,
right?
you weren't built for it. I felt you guys posture down. And you were like,
Oh, I didn't posture down.
Oh,
I
you
was
postured
like,
down. Postured
the
down.
alien thing was more
See
important, yeah.
you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.